Hi everyone, welcome to Channeling Luxury with Dani B. My name is Dani and I am at Fashion Island in Newport Beach, California to pick up two watches that I have had on order. Oh my god, it's been probably close to a year now. One is a Rolex Datejust and it has a green Wimbledon dial. It's beautiful. I don't recall if it's a 36 or 38 millimeter. It's been that long, so just here to pick it up. For a very long time, as you may know, you could just walk into any Rolex store and pick out what you wanted. It's not really the case anymore. You can get some kind of stock standard watches now, but if you want something special or unique or has any kind of demand, forging a relationship with someone who has access to the designs and has access to the watches is going to be really important. Part of that has been COVID restrictions, supply chain issues, and some of it has been incredible demand. I mean, when I think back during COVID, was I able to buy a lot more? Certainly not. If anything, there was a lot more financial pressure, and I think a lot of us felt that. But there were certain high-end goods that people wanted more of, and they had more disposable income overall. So a lot of companies did benefit from that. Stores have been really unable to keep anything unique in stock, and placing a special order has really been kind of the only way to get something very unique and incredible. And also, of course, the resale market has hit many of these luxury designers and luxury brands because they don't want people buying them just to resell them. And this watch we can flip if we wanted to for a profit, pretty sizable profit. I actually really love them and don't do that, but I know many people who do, and they will try to get the watches specifically for that reason. So the watch houses are really trying to cut back on that opportunity, right? So it really helps to have an established relationship and prove that, in fact, you are not someone who's just buying to turn around and sell it. The other one that I've had on order is made by Hublot. It's the Big Bang Green. It's kind of similar as rose gold hardware. It reminds it, so the one I ordered has a rubber strap, but they do make a crocodile strap, but not in an extra small, unfortunately. So I'm going to stick with the stock extra small rubber strap. It's down a little bit, which is nice, but same sort of situation. If you see something on Instagram or something that you really like, and it's Hublot, Rolex, Patek, and so on, you're probably not going to have that good of luck unless you have a relationship. And again, this one's been ordered for a very long time. So just something to keep in mind if you're looking for your first or your 20th watch. I mean, it's consistently across the board a problem. From this particular place, it is Hyde Park Jewelers in Newport Beach. Now you can negotiate some of the prices, like on Breitling. I've purchased Breitling Cartier from them, and also I have one Patek from the store, which is really beautiful. And I have other watches I've purchased and other jewelry gifts and so on from them. So having that customer relationship is really important. If you don't know someone in the area and you like to have a lot of different watches, not just one brand, then I really recommend finding a reseller like this particular store that carries more than one brand, so you're not limited to just one option. So if you do find something on Instagram or some Pinterest or something you really like, you can message your sales associate and ask if they're able to get it for you and how long it would take. Most of the time you are paying something down. I pay between 30 and 50% with the balance due at delivery. Sometimes some Rolexes are 100%, and definitely Patek is 100%, depending again on the watch. So just keep that in mind. And you don't get to negotiate on Rolex and Patek, obviously, but some brands you do have some room for negotiation. So that's my advice if you're looking to pick something up. And now we'll take a look at what we have scored and have been waiting for literally, I think it has truly been a year. So more soon. So if you haven't been to Fashion Island before, I'll just give you a very quick, it's quite an expansive outdoor mall, but just some of the flagships. This is Bloomingdale's and Neiman Marcus, and then over here, St. John, Rebecca Taylor, Alice and Olivia, AG, Ellie Tahari, my new Aloe store, which personally one of my favorites over here actually. And Vince is here, Anthropology, and Hyde Park Jewelers, which is the store that I was telling you about, where we will pick up the two pieces. So this is my long-time Rolex. It is a 36, and the new one is a 36 as well. So we are just adjusting it to the same size. One of the reasons I love Rolex is the micro adjustments make it much easier to fit well. Okay, so I'm finally back in my car and I can record a little more easily. I did get permission in the future to be able to record while I'm there, which will help a lot. This is the Datejust. It is a 36, the same as my other Rolex that I have. Only have two pieces over the last decade or so from Rolex. And so this one has the Wimbledon dial. You can kind of see it in the light here. It's green. And a beautiful watch. So the Datejust does show the date. And I did not opt for the Jubilee bracelet this time. I thought it was a little bit more kind of, usually I like the Jubilee, but I thought it was a little classier to have this bracelet on this particular watch. So it's set, it's ready to go. And it is set, almost every link was removed and then micro adjustment was made. So for reference, this is my wrist is, I usually wear a 5-inch bracelet, which is insanely small. My 11-year-old daughter's wrist is bigger, and this one fits very well. So this is the room that I like. Have a very hard time finding watches that fit. With Hublot, I have to special order a band and an extra small. And they actually did have the crocodile band, which I was not expecting. And it did come on the watch. So that was a nice surprise. And yeah, so this is the Rolex. And I'm also filming this one in my car, but fresh out of the boutique, so you can see what it looks like. I love the packaging, by the way, on Hublot. I think it's very unique, pretty cool. They have, they kind of get a bad reputation in the watch world for being lower quality, although their pricing model is very similar to the other high-end designers. I read a lot of forums about designer watches and everything from the movements to the designs. You know, people say they rip off other designers and that they're, in terms of how they look, and also that their movements, you know, quite honestly suck compared to the other ones. But they're still one of my favorite watch brands, whether people like them or not. I think what matters is if you want to wear it and if you love it. The color on this one to me is rich. It's a beautiful olive green. It is Big Bang, and it's a smaller size than I would usually. Okay, much easier. I had to edit this out because I literally dropped the box 5 times. So you can see the movement on this, and the color is literally stunning to me. So it's very sharp looking. You can see they did put the alligator band on. Again, it's also an olive green, and it's just a beautiful watch. So you can still custom order this one if you are interested. I have found that the brushed part of the rose gold does tend to scratch more easily, whereas the shiny does not. So just something to keep in mind if you're doing, you know, a lot of hard labor or hard work. This is one that does tend to scratch a little bit more from my experience. So I think of every watch brand, I have more Hublot than I have any other designer. So, but super comfortable fitting, very easy to adjust. So not a lot of finagling. By far, the Patek that I have is the most difficult to wear. I feel like it's always too tight or too large. There's never any in between. Major downside to me to Patek, if you're a female and you have maybe a little difficult to size wrist, whereas Hublot and Rolex are very, very easy to size, in my opinion. So, or to get right. So anyway, this one's beauty, and I'm excited to start wearing him. And yeah, so there you go. I hope you've enjoyed this little miniature watch segment on Channeling Luxury.